stimulates the mind, gives us things to think about, which is really the only thing that we can ask for here. Nobody likes to be told what to do, but we get ideas that we can think about and make those decisions for ourselves. That's what education is all about. Our second speaker is a brave young lady. But not because she volunteered to give a speech today. She shared her life with us many times over her time within Toastmasters. And I've been personally impressed and amazed and think of her as a distinguished person as well. Her background in East Germany, her history, personal history is one filled with pain and suffering, but she has survived. She is a survivor. And that's what gives me lots of admiration about Heidi Jester. Today, title of her speech is If I Had a Chance to Do It All Over Again, for 5 to 7 minutes. Please welcome Heidi Jester.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters.
Good morning.
Well, you know, I dread making speeches because I really don't like being in front of a group. So the best way to do this is to volunteer something like this, because then no matter what comes out of my mouth, it's probably okay. I didn't have to memorize it. I don't have to worry about notes. So here goes. If I could do it over again, you know, I am 69 years old. There is, all of us, I'm sure, can reflect on times that we wish that we had a chance to do it over again. And I can start from the time I was a teenager, and I thought that my mother was really the cruelest person in the world. And I've shared with you that my birth mother died when I was 18 months old. So whenever mom, my adopted mom, that married my father, when she would punish me and I thought that she was very, you know, this was not right, she was wrong, and I was right, I would think sometimes and say, you know, you're really not my mother. And if you were my mother, or if my mother was alive, I wouldn't be treated this way. So that's number one, because my mom passed away about 8 years ago from Alzheimer's, and I never had a chance to tell her on how much I appreciated and loved her for giving me a life. So that's number one. Then school. I didn't appreciate school because I had to go 16 miles from home. I was the first one on the bus, the last one off the bus, and had to come home to take care of the kids because I was the oldest of 6. I didn't appreciate school. It was just an inconvenience. I couldn't speak the language as well as I wanted to, and I was made fun of. Many times I was called a Nazi, so which is not cool when you're a kid. But I did make it through, and looking back, I wish I would have appreciated school a lot more. So then it comes to marriage. I was barely 17. And the main reason, now as an adult I can look back, I was in love with the idea of being in love. That I'd have my own place. No one could tell me how to clean it, when to clean it, or what to cook for dinner. I was my own boss. Whoa, you know. Well, all that was fine and dandy. It lasted only for a short period of time when you realize that, you know, maybe mom wasn't so bad after all. And life isn't as easy as I thought it would be married. And then I was a mom myself. And realized too that all the discipline that was dished out on me, I now was dishing out on my kids. And one day I came to the realization, and I had to call her, and Mom did not have a clue what I was talking about, but I said, "Hi, Mom, guess what? I'm getting to be just like you." On the other end is, "What are you talking about?" And I had just repeated words that were just right out of her mouth. I was telling to my kids, and I had to chuckle. Again, if I had to do it all over again, and if I had a chance, I would have taken God more serious when I was younger. I missed a lot of opportunities with my children. I'm a Christian. I thought I taught them right, but looking back now, I could have done so much better. And I'm sure most of us can share it, if you think about it, come up with something like that yourselves. So, most recent, our distinguished gentleman, Buzz, I've always wanted to go visit him. And I didn't. And now he's gone. We can't ever make those kinds of things up. So I'm thinking back, I met Karen and Pat 40 years ago, thereabouts. And for 25 years, we had almost no contact. Now your best friend will always be your best friend. Because the day we got back on the phone, it was like just yesterday that I talked to her last. But all the years we've missed. So if I could do it all over again, I would have been there for you. Through all your heartaches, through all your problems. But I lived my life and I lost where you moved to. So that's one of the big regrets in my life. So if I had to do it all over again with my children, I try now to make up with my grandchildren. And even there, Kevin is coming home from the Air Force on Thursday. How often have I called him? All these things ever since I heard about Buzz. I've really been thinking about that life is too short, and every morning is early morning, and you do, and whatever happens, and before you know it, the day is gone, and we've missed precious opportunities to be a friend, to be a parent, to be a grandparent, and most of all, to tell everyone how much you really care, and then show it, not just think it for yourself. So with that, I want to thank you for caring, for listening, and for giving me the love that you do. I appreciate you.